Good evening, folks. It's 23:01 on the 8th day, 7th month, 2023. I'm going to give you a bit of an update for what could be expected today across New Zealand. And it looks like we have some storms blowing up over here between Alice Springs. What's that town there? I can hardly read that. Bedouin? What, you guys got camels out there? Who knows? If there are, they're probably paying to shoot them like they did that time. Isn't that a shame? And so, it's as per usual, New Zealand. Your data for your accurate weather is pretty non-existent, right? When I put on the actual radar, so I'll have to go by infrared, blue screen, and the visible, computer generated, whatever the hell that is. This allows me to at least see how many bands of stuff are coming and where the potential for the hot spots are. Yeah, let's going to roll this back now about 6 hours. Let you guys have a glance. I'm going to turn some of them off. It's a bit of a distraction. Right, this big band here, it's moving slow. It's got an EMF line behind it, and it seems to, as it's gone into Hastings area in here, it seems to be dissipating a bit. I've noticed that beam activity from yesterday separated a band, but down here toward Wellington in this corner down here is continual Cappingtons. Most of the day today, as most of these bands keep to renucleate right over the top. It's almost like there's a really wide waveform, and it's gone out. But you know, all I can do is try to show you what's coming, and it's going to be a bit of a wet day and a soggy day. Moist is an understatement. Why is that a trigger word? If I say it more than once, do you get a trigger twice like a double barrel shotgun? Mama said moist. Alright, what we got here, these streams here seems to be catching some batches that have been going by in the last 12 hours. We'll go with the 2. And see what we got going on. Yeah, I like to be able to really see what's going on, but if I turn on your set view, come on, you're total whiteout. At a look up at your sky, you may catch a gap here and there, but it's haze. There's one line that keeps going straight through here, blowing out the clouds. And it's most likely a beam sweat, because I was seeing a separation. Like, while I point this cursor here, it seems like there's always a gap kind of appearing right around this area here. I'm happy to see them not copied, but when up here is getting the rain and the wet, it's coming down that direction. And as the storm comes over proper and works up and over, and then that one comes in like that. I'm sorry, this is the best screen I can get for you on this one. I can go like this. As this comes in, if I go to the rain and the thunder, and I know what the rumblers are, you see you got a couple batches, but the moisture from here is the thickest, and this here is very electric. And I was watching it overnight as it's been out to sea. It's been out to sea, see, and it's moving very, very, very quickly. It should be over the top of the paint insulated over there here within about the next 10 hours. Yep. And then the meeting of the tool. It's going to cause quite a bit of wind, buffeting back and forth through here is to be expected. So you don't watch your garbage cans and your bins are blowing. And about that time, the flow in Cook Strait is totally blocked up with EMF. You see how these are like, they're fighting to get to each other and they can't. You'll get some crust flows down low and up top. There's no way they can pin it completely. But the particle animation clearly shows the dividing line of the winds. Right? Everything comes through here, it should just go. But it's not. As the pressure is making it go up and over the top. This is not a pleasant sight either, because that's going to spit some cold moisture in for later this week. As this keeps rolling in. Whammo. We'll go right to the Tuesday batch, right? We ain't playing around. Right, we're up to Wednesday. It's just been a continual, just windy, cold, wet, and a nice gap for people over here, but it's not going to last long. You poor folks. And some of the totals you can expect over the next 24 hours ain't not insignificant at all. When you see that color, what is it? Where you see pickles and mustard, whammo, 5 to 6. So you can start getting used to the colors and what they mean. This is I'm showing you different views of what the next 24 hours is going to bring. I said 4 to 5 centimeters is very possible. Some is going to be higher, as some of the bands in these mountains are definitely going to hem up some condensates that come down towards this river and through here. But they were well warned by me. And so I feel like I've done everything I can. And this is a confirmation, really, of one of my concerns. So, really, the time to have done your I've got to goes is over. You will not be risking safety workers. And this event's going to come through. Within the next couple of days, you'll be able to get out and about. Survive over what you got. Fast if you must. Don't risk safety workers on these roads today, because in some areas the totals are still slated to be quite high. This is on the 10s, but you see that on the 3s. This is very high. So we're going to be watching out for the flash floods. We're going to watch out for earthquakes, of course, but that's New Zealand, man. You're going to get those. It's mostly the flash floodings and the slips. You will be experiencing a lot of slips over the next 2 weeks as the water drains through the hills. The earthquakes, even small ones, that cause liquefactions to happen, right? And who wonders who's going to get the snow? Yeah, you seeing that on the 10s? I'm not happy about that at all. New snows can be up in the high peaks. It's going to cause for some really beautiful scenic imagery to be taken. We get some foresty nieces here just south of the Kakakakakate and the Rocking Patton over there. I'm not even going to try to, hey Mo, how you doing? It's nice to see that you don't have a whole bunch of snow coming. However, you're going to have a bit of a soggy bottom on the 10s, but not quite as bad as the coastline's going to get. It's the continual butting up against things. And down here, well, you've had hell to pay month on a month on month on month. It's just the same old ball and chain. No snows? Absolutely. Hooray for the glaciers. And well, there's a big fryer down here, Yeah, Tiger's there. The Jordan. And this is kind of just where the new snows are going to be over the poles. Mighty cold up there, eh? That look like an ice cream cone. But the rain accumulations worldwide on the 10s is still showing a whole lot over here throughout New England and up into Canada and a swath through here. And they've been getting a lot of rains over the last month. And I imagine they're going to be breaking state records up through Massachusetts and Vermont. Yep. Big swaths over here through Canada and into Michigan, Detroit and all that. And these are some flat areas. We've already got drainage problems and bad water. And so this doesn't do my heart very good to even see Flint coughing. I don't know if you realize that I lived 1.5 years there. I very well know about the water firsthand in the neighborhoods and stuff. Ooh. Yeah, big swath through Oklahoma. So I imagine this time of year, I think tornadic activity. It doesn't really look like you're getting a hurricane or anything yet. However, this here is a concern. When I see something crossing over Long Island here, the Amityville horror, that kind of thing is coming over here through between New Haven, Madison, New London, up through Middletown, right up to a main highway corridor through well, it actually was at one point the insurance capital of the world, Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah, a lot of stuff is still underwritten there. A firearms company was there. Yep. And this is a main corridor, and it looks like the main swath is right along the Connecticut River. Not good at all for these poor folks, because this is like I said, a main travel corridor, and beautiful area. lots of trees, lots of nature, and lots of land grabbies to be had. And when it comes to country living, when you're wanted in a stacking pack, not good. Very heavy totals again through the isthmus here, between the two major oceans of the world, the Atlantic and the Pacific. And it looks like they're releasing a tendril, and she's coming south. The El Nino effect being cursed by the El Grande Bimo. It looks like she's made a decision. A bit of a tendril's going to go over, probably going to impact Hawaii maybe about 3 weeks from now. I can do this just by reading this. French Polynesia, get ready. Excuse me. It looks like you get some health to pay coming up. 2 batches. They swallowed the streams now, and then they're going to kill the dream. So we're going to have to watch for what they're bringing over the top. Because this is some ungodly tendrils. There's some of these I'm seeing the pinks. And then we're getting into the 30 centimeter range, which is it's not nice to see. What's that, 11.8 inches, something like that. See, some of these tendrils are right in these tropical islands out here in the Coral Sea. Not good at all. Solomon Islands, they'll be watching out for you. And whenever they're moving them through there like that, that means Queensland shortly thereafter I'll be eyeballing. Because if it's bringing a tendril down this way, it often gets sucked through here. If it gets sucked through there, it comes to New Zealand. If it misses up there, it comes that way, whammos. Or one diversion being from up here, the whole river comes that direction. I am watching this very closely. 5s, 10s, to creeper. Yeah, they're sending water down. Looks like they're actually going to bring it in that way. Up and around. Not unusual. And we're seeing some totals again starting to appear on the 10s here for the never fails geoengineered of Innis fails. Right, whammo. And so we'll be watching very, very closely to what's slated over there for the Bruce. And a big highway that just goes see everywhere. Down here, there, in your underwear. Yeah, it looks like you got another event coming up your way there, Agnes. Tully. Which means the beams will be on, folks. The beams will be on. As far as the chem bombs went today, the word horrendous comes to mind. Look at this like V shape coming here, breeze and a curse and a V and a curve and the bombs all in front of it. And that just got released from the Tazol Maniacs. But when they had a bomb, a back bomb it, boom, boom, flow the low deck, shove the high, flow, cause a big toroid field, shove that sucker right on along the beam. Big sweat, big buzzings going on here from the toroid. Thread bow station is the fry bow station, and all this crap out here on the low deck coming ashore between Adelaide, running into a beam line here. Zzz, getting fried in Adelaide, but really the biggest Sanchez dirty of them all is going here near Birdsville, all north of here. This is just a very, very toxic batch of crap. All these boomins, plumins, and rumins going on here. And oh my God. Keyboard to a comfy position. Right. These are chem bombs. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Plumbing. Stripes of crap here just south of Longreach. Let's roll that on and fast. We could pick a whoa, it's just a dizzying amount. Thousands and thousands and thousands of chemical trails in the sky. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Thousands. In the sky. Above our heads. Open your eyes. Look at the sky. These are fireworks. Chaff deployments that of artillery nature. If they have a color to them, it's burning a chemical. If it's burning a chemical and it's leaving a trail, it's a chemtrail. Look at this V shape pointing at this object here. Pointing. Right at it. Boom, 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 boom. Ooga shaka. Chem bomb, your asses. It does, it blows. Bunch of chocolate. See a little better there? At north aroma. That is not a naturally occurring cloud formation. At all. Net. Something came along in a line and deployed. I've showed you many different deployment methods that are done with aircraft. I've shown you other methods that have been done with stunt planes even. I've shown you the Scopex balloons. I've shown you the stuff on the ocean spraying shit up into the sky from the cloud brightening program. Do you enjoy that it goes on? I don't. When I see these toxic things streaming down over the Great Barrier Reef, over whales, sea turtles, clownfish, seahorses, your pets. Just moving that way. That's moving that way with a dot streaming that way. That's moving that way. That's curved that way. This is a number 3 curled off over there, right in the sky, off the coast of Cooktown. Bomb after bomb after bomb. You know, how long will we kill our prophets while you stand around and look? Bob Marley asked that question a long time ago. I'm asking you it now. Where's our Max Spears? Where's our Brandy Vine? Where are you? Look at all these bombs blowing up in these islands. It's like there's a war going on and they're having dog fights right over your head, because that's the kind of trails it looks like. And well, who has unleashed the dogs of war? Who let the dogs out? I'll tell you what, if you can't run with the big dogs right now, stay in the porch. Because every animal underneath here is crying out for your help to stop the geoengineering program. It's the basis of solar radiation management, known as SRM, is the basis of the Paris Agreement. It's included in the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Agreements, and it's unacceptable to increase the acid levels of our sky. After the 1970s, it was decided that acid rain was defoliating the planet and killing things. Well, the acid levels I'm seeing now are exceeding those levels. And I say no. Not in my name. As a humane being, you have a choice. Do you want to be a human being or a humane being? There is a difference. Humane beings don't have to be mammals to be humane. Know the difference between a parasite and a symbiotic being. Being symbiotic. And we got to help what's underneath these clouds. We got to help the forests. I got to help the people that are breeding this and having asthma problems, whether they believe in this or not. It can kill them anyhow. These 3 dots over here. It's so geometric. With a center point of emanation. Moving along with it. Moving along with the cloud mass. Like a balloon would do. So I showed you really what you're going to have. I told you we've got to make sure everybody says no to the Paris Agreement. Get everybody talking about it. Make sure that never passes. Ever, ever, ever. Let it be said that my generation did that. Never ever let it be said that blocking the sun from all life on this planet is ever a good idea, or even a smart one, or one that would be considered sane. It's an insane thought that is psychopathic, megalomaniacal, diabolical, unacceptable, and above all else, wrong. We must not do what's wrong when we know what's right. Big love. Peace.